Today we're going to multiply three numbers together. Draw circles to show the multiplication facts of three numbers and fill in the gaps. So if you have a look at A, we've got 5 times 2 times 3, and this is represented above. So you can see here there are 5 groups of 2. Okay, that's 5 groups of 2, which makes what multiplication sentence? It makes 5 times 2. Now we've got 3 of these. We've got another one, another 5 times 2 there. So I'm going to label that as well. Then we've got a third 5 times 2. Okay. So, and that's why we have the times 3, because there are 3 5 times 2s. Now we know that 5 times 2 equals 10. Then we do 10 times 3, which equals 30. Okay. 5 times 2 is 10, 10 times 3 is 30. Let's have a look at the one below. How would you represent 6 times 3 times 4 above? So we've got 4 groups there, so I'm going to circle that. And then we need to show 6 times 3 in each of those groups. How are you going to show that? Yes, you can do 6 groups of 3. So there are my 6 groups. And each of them, I'm going to draw 3 circles. And that's 1 6 times 3. But we want 4 of those because it says 6 times 3 times 4. So I'm going to show that in each of the groups. Then how would you write that as a number sentence? And then how else could you represent this on the side? Have a look. So here we have 2 times 1 times 2. I'm going to start by multiplying the 2 by the 1, which is 2, and then multiply that by 2, which equals 4. How would you do 3 times 2 times 3? Yes, you can do 3 times 2 first, which is 6, and then multiply that by the third digit, 6 times 3, which equals. Now let's have a look at number 7. You can work this out by doing 2 times 8, which equals 16, and then multiplying 16 by 2. You could also multiply the 2 2's first, so 2 times 2 equals 4, and then multiply 8 last, which is the most efficient way. Today we are going to be finding the perimeter of shapes. The perimeter is the length of the outline of a shape. To find the perimeter, you add the lengths of all the sides. So let's have a look at this rectangle. I've outlined all the sides. And to find the perimeter, we would add all the sides together. Okay, so we know that one side is 4, so the opposite side is equal, and the opposite side of 9 is equal, so I'm going to write those in. And then I'm going to add them, so 4 is 4 equals 8, 9 is 9 equals 18, and then adding those together gives 26 centimetres. Now let's have a look at the square on the right. Okay, what do we know about a square? Yes, a square has 4 equal sides. So if one of the sides was 6, all the other sides must also be 6 centimetres. So how would you find the perimeter? You could do 6 add 6 add 6 add 6, or 6 times 4, which equals 24 centimetres. A rectilinear shape is a shape whose sides meet at right angles. So we are going to be looking at those shapes now. So here we have a rectilinear shape. I'm going to highlight the outline of the shape, and I'm going to underline the given length. So I've got 5 centimetres, 6. I've got 2 missing lengths there. Now the first thing I must do is find the missing length. So I'm going to look at my horizontal lines first. Okay, I'm going to highlight the horizontal lines. So I've got 5 centimetres, I've got a missing one and a 4 centimetre. Now the 2 shorter lines, when you add them, give the longest line, the longest horizontal line. Okay, so we've got 4 add something equals 5. So that missing length must be 1 centimetre. Now I'm going to look at the vertical lines. I'm going to highlight those as well. Okay, so again, the two shorter lines, when you add them, give the longest line. So 6 add something equals 8. So the missing length there must be 2. Okay, now how are we going to find the perimeter? I'm going to add them together. Now to make sure I don't miss any out, I'm going to do this systematically, and I'm going to add them 2 at a time and tick them as I go along, as you can see. It's really important you are accurate when you add the lengths. So the total perimeter is 36 centimeters. Liam has 2 rectangular tiles like this. We can see here that the length is 11 centimeters and the width is 5 centimeters. Now he makes this L shape. What is the perimeter of Liam's L shape? The first thing I'm going to do is highlight the outline to show the perimeter. Then I'm going to write in the width and the length. So I'm going to identify the length given above and write those in. And I'm going to identify the width from the shape above. Now I can see here there's a missing length. So how am I going to work that out? So if I look at my horizontal lines, okay, you've got 5 at something equals 11. So what could my missing number be? It's 6. Now have a go at working out the perimeter of this L shape. Remember to be systematic and not to miss out any of the lengths.